Good, you've made it. We've taken out a few scouts so far, but I doubt we discouraged the main force any. They'll be preparing for their primary assault any minute now.
What are we looking at?
There are 3 caves surrounding this farm. From what I've gathered, there's a ruffian garrison held up in each of them. The problem? There's one southwest, one east, and one north. They'll have us surrounded when they invade.
Are you sure the farmers should be helping us with
Sure, they're not warriors, and by all means they're weak. But this is their home, and they'll die defending it if they have to. Let's just try to make sure that doesn't happen.
Let's prepare then.
Curtin and his family have been busy stacking crates, chairs, barrels, and just about everything they own as cover. Use that to your advantage. All right, get ready. They'll be here soon. It was an honor.
They're gone. We won.
You can't continue your life here.
I'd always heard of you Rangers and what you could do, but I ain't ever believed it. With you out there watching over us, well, I think we may yet survive this.
Now, get that brother. Bothering with you hold that hostage. Let's see how good you really.
I heard you have something for me.
Give letter.
Well done. This will put us one step ahead of the ruffians. For a short while, at any rate. Speak to me again when you're ready for more.
What? Who are you? You don't look like one of my men.
Wait! I just noticed something. The bandits have stacked oil barrels up against the mill here. You could either stick with my original plan, or below the sucker sky high. While I wouldn't mind seeing in a pile of burning ash, it won't take them long to figure it out if we took that approach.
It would be illogical. I'll sabotage
Good
the boards
idea!
as planned.
Blowing up the mill would kinda defeat the purpose of subtle sabotage, wouldn't it? Just hurry up. I'm not sure when the next ruffian patrol will come by.
Ah, there you are. You're a hard woman to track down, and you are beginning to make quite the name for yourself here. But perhaps I have you at a disadvantage, for you may not remember me.
We met outside the ranger base. You pretended you were a lookout.
Indeed. That was amusing, wasn't it? I hope my little ruse didn't cause too much trouble. I'm overjoyed to hear I made a lasting impression. I come to you with a proposal. You are out here to stop my operation. I assume you suspect I orchestrated all the events that have you running around the Shire, but let's be honest with each other. Who do you think will survive this conflict? Do you have any idea how many supporters I have gathered over the past months? I think it would surprise you. And just look at your own company. How could a band of warriors so few make a difference? This is without mentioning their lack of order and instability as a group. Should one stray just a little, their quest will fail, and the others will be slain. No, you should join me. Together, we can achieve what the others cannot. We can save this land from the evils of the East, but we must act quickly and set up our defenses before the orcs arrive. This offer won't last. I expect a reply from you right now.
I took an oath of allegiance to the Rangers' cause. I will not join you.
Unfortunate. It seems you have sealed your fate. Enjoy your life in the light while you can. Before too long, my claws will be in your mind, and your years will be filled with servitude. I will allow you one bit of free will once I've become master of this region. You will remember this day as the moment you chose death and despair. But one last thing. Tell my brother my bonds are loose and loyalty free.
Who are you?
How typical. He never told you, did he? You are prepared to serve a man who will order me killed, but never explain whose life is being taken. You are nothing more than a puppet, sent to clean up her master's mistakes. And what happens if you succeed? Do you think Thorman will still accept you as a ranger when you have dealt with me? No, you are not a ranger now. Even with this, he has deceived you. He has started you down a path built upon lies. When you reach the end, and the end you will see, you will be cast out, abandoned. And then Thorman will find another to do his bidding, to slay you. For the cycle must continue. Consider my words carefully. Not everything is as it seems.
Be brief. Speak your piece.
I spoke to a man named Durkoth.
You did? What did he have to say?
He offered me a position in his organization.
And how did you respond?
I declined and expressed my loyalty to the Rangers. He informed me that he is responsible
It is
for
as
the
I
troubles in the
suspected.
Shire.
How low the mighty have fallen. Alas, he has made up his mind. And I stand by mine. Such a pity that it has come to this. He must be stopped.
He also told me to tell you my bonds
So,
and
he's
loyalty
become
to
one with the Dark Nenamorians. That would explain his change in name. There's no doubt with this he informed you of our bond, our brotherhood. I see no reason to hide it any longer. He is my younger brother. Or, he was, at least. Whatever you want to know about this, we can discuss it later. No more secrets. But now, we must focus on Durkoth's plans.
Apparently his plans are to enslave the inhabitants of the Shire.
By the
including us.
stars. Does he think himself a ruler? Oh, such folly. Not to mention hubris. He must be stopped. We cannot allow this to happen. I will inform the others. At least now we understand what he is working towards. How did he come up with such a radical plan?
He believes he's saving the Shire.
I should have known it would come to this. It would seem I am the cause of recent events. But I cannot pity my decisions now, for this moment calls for action.
I found the enemy's lair. I tracked Durkoth after he spoke with the outsider. He dwells in an old tower near the Huckleberry Ferry. We know where he hides now.
A tower? There's no tower down there. That's impossible.
How much are you willing to place on that statement, Captain? A spell of concealment rests upon its gate. Only through dark speech does the structure appear visible. Luckily, I overheard the entrance riddle. Fulgat Izgu Suringat, Durbat Izgu Azat.
To dwell we gather, to rule we kill. That is the translation to those words. But you found Durkoth's lair. That is most excellent news. We can end this right now. Assemble the Rangers. Let us prepare to assault our enemy's hideout. Man and woman of a dying race. Fellow Rangers. A lost brother now threatens all we still hold dear, all that we swore to preserve. If he succeeds, he will bring ruin and destruction upon the last peaceful folk in this good world. I know this isn't our home. Some might say we are not responsible for it. But we took an oath. And I have never been more proud to face death. Because those standing before me, my friends, my family, they have held to that oath. Think of the lives you've saved. Of peace you've preserved and ask yourself if you could die knowing that had been for nothing. The courage of the Eastern Kingdoms has fallen. Doom approaches the Shire. Our race is on its last breath. But the courage of the Rangers this day will never be forgotten. For the Shire! We're done. Time to see if you're right.
Fulgat isku sirinat. Durbat isku azat.
There it is. Durkoth's tower. Hard to believe we'd missed it all these years.
The spell of concealment placed upon it was strong. Too strong for any magic of the Shire. We must remain cautious. He'll have it fully outfitted with traps. We need to search for another way in.
Over here! There's a hole. It's too deep to see the bottom, but I think it'll put us behind his main force.
None. As we speak,
Sorry,
the coffee
am I in
forces
the way?
scattered to every possible entrance.
But you're sure jumping down there is a good idea?
Only one way to find out. Yahoo!
Come on, Outlander. Into the pit.
Our master said he would you Rangers killed my brother. I'll get you for that. Filthy raw. I'll show you things. I can see
Should have expected that.
you have the What did you think could kill us all?
You've made a choice. Now
I'll
decide with
crush
it.
you.
Here.
This thing
The others will start taking notice now.
It's about time.
There's no room for weakness.
I expected a challenge.
I'll take it.
Come out, peek in the shadows. A fight.
I will not fall.
Filthy worm. I'll crush you. You're not in for that.
Why I
heard something. Nobody can tell me I didn't. Good. I've grown tired of fighting with these pathetic halflings. I'll see these lives.
Found my aim.
You had it coming.
Never stood a chance.
Somebody's out there.
Taking notice
This
now.
way takes too long.
Should have run away.
Wouldn't worry about the chance, so we weren't staring much longer.
Silence.
Did you ever have the feeling you were being watched? Bother me, Shire.
Come and
I
play
can
this.
see your blind. Nothing. I'll get you. Filthy
Tougher
worm.
than he thinks.
Good kingdom. These are halfling.
You're halfway.
Return as such.
Don't worry about the clock.
Just here, Rocklow.
You have no power here.
Don't ever die.
No
well.
challenge at all.
For us.
Good. I've grown tired of fighting.
Let's go. This way takes too long.
All for it, Rangers. I think that was the worst of it. But I've not seen any sign of Durkoth.
Pitiful Thorman. Had you learned to look in ambition towards the skies more, you might have noticed me. But you won't
What do you
always
want?
so down to earth. Come on, you maggots. Mow them down.
Stand your ground! We cannot yield.
I'm out deep in the shadows. Tell me I didn't.
It's tougher than you think.
Filth. Is this the way you And you were worthy, my boys. You're almost the boy is great.
Make your choice.
I'll show you pain. There he
Should you surrender, I will still show mercy.
For the Rangers!
filthy word. You still can. You think you're enough?
Watch out for you. What are they paying you for trying to fight?
Managed to sneak a strike in. Filthy word. Or make you suffer. Is this the way to be? We're too of a puppy at home to think about. Oh, it's the poor little ranger bleed.
All
Push ahead.
quiet. This way takes too long.
What a proper display of power. By blade and by arrow, you have truly felled my men. But there are more where they came from. These underlings I could spare. They require no more investment than a dull weapon or leather jacket. Dear Thorman, I think you still haven't learned. Even here, at this moment, I doubt you suspected anything. And with all your experience, you really should know by now. The worst wounds are inflicted from within. I will miss you, but your memory I will cherish. You were a worthy adversary. But more importantly, once you were a good friend.
Do not speak of my end so hastily, brother. How many more dogs do you intend to send us? We can hold off here all day. Pordant, look around for a lever or pull chain.
I'm sorry, Captain. I'm sorry, Thorman. You really should have listened to me. Listened more carefully. It wasn't enough. We weren't winning.
Thorman, no!
The time's called for action, but you stalled. Wanted to gather information. It was all too late. Durkoth is too strong, but we can join him. Save this place from a greater evil.
One last thing remains. Forodont, if you want to be my lieutenant, I trust you can take care of these other wretched fools.
I'm sorry. You have no idea how much pain this brings me, but my master must be obeyed.
You're a master, you don't know your allegiance.
That's where
to
you're
him.
wrong. My oath was to protect the Shire. The Rangers can't do that. No matter how hard we tried, nothing changed. The only way to succeed in our mission is to join Durkoth. He alone has the resources needed to protect us from an orc raid. He alone can preserve peace among these hills.
You really believe that?
Yes, I'm afraid I do. I wanted to express this before, but Thorman would have stopped me. Now that he's gone, I hope you can come to see the truth as I have.
If we should fail in our quest, then let us
Maybe
die
you're
fighting
right.
on the same side.
I have been a fool. A pawn of Durkoth. But what difference does it make? I can't walk away from this, not after what I did. I can't brush it aside as if it never happened. I'm too far from salvation now. It's hopeless.
It is only hopeless when you stop believing.
Maybe you're right after all. Run. Get out of here before their reinforcements arrive. I'll hold them off as long as I still breathe. An outsider. Thank you. You've saved my honor. But don't let my sacrifice be in vain.
Out there, shadows.
This game is here.
Got to be joking. Next time we won't get so lucky.
That sneaking, filthy fraudant! I hope he will rot hereafter!
Speak no more of such things, Timur.
Of course.
Turn your anger to
I won't
Durkoth.
forget Fordon, Shire. Our leader is dead because of him!
Enough of your bickering. Our company is wounded. We have lost not one but two members, while our enemy grows in power. We must remain united now, or give up altogether. It is now time for mourning. Let us regroup at the base to decide on a plan of action. I welcome you all back home on this dark day, but we have no time to grieve long over Thorman, or even Forodant. Our enemy has revealed himself and issued a threat. How can we respond other than face him? But first things first, we require new leadership. Who is willing to take up this responsibility?
I will not. My past should be sufficient reason why I would not like to be in charge of a group of warriors. I require someone else to make the decisions for me.
I don't think I'll stand a chance here. I have insufficient experience as a ranger, let alone as a leader. I know I have a big mouth from time to time, but I also know myself well enough to understand that I could not take up this task.
What about you, Outlander? Are you willing to take up this responsibility?
I led enough factions already.
I
will
think you
decline
show
this.
wisdom and courage to decline leadership. I am inclined to claim it as my own in your stead, although I do not truly desire it. Are you comfortable with this outcome?
I am. I think you'll make a great
I welcome
captain.
your faith, and hope to attain as much myself. Now that we have re-established the chain of command, let us discuss how to proceed. If we don't decide on our next action soon, Durkoth will be allowed to enslave all of the Shire for his own benefit. Let's discuss among ourselves what our plan should be.
What do you think we should do?
We should not act too rashly. Yes, I am aware that there is little time to be lost, but we cannot allow ourselves to lose any more members of our company. Needless to say, the safety of the people of the Shire is at stake, and it is our sworn duty to protect them. So we act, but we need a plan before we blindly assault Durkoth again.
How do you feel about Thorman's passing?
I cannot express how much I will miss him, but he understood the risks of his duty, and he would not shy away from it. That is how I choose to remember him, and that is how I will honour his memory. The way he died should not defile the way he lived. Let us be inspired by him, even after his passing.
Do you have any information on how to take
I
down
only know
Durkoth
that he
and
cannot be
his men?
trusted, and that his men are loyal to his promises. Perhaps we can undermine his authority, or show that he is not as all-powerful as he presents himself to be. Even better would be if we could call the people of the Shire into action, that they would rise against their would-be master. But I fear Durkoth might have some surprises in store for us, some that we cannot anticipate.
What are your thoughts on Fordin's betrayal?
I feel sorry for him. I know he desired a more proactive attitude towards the events in the Shire, but he allowed himself to be poisoned by honeyed words. I wish I'd picked up the signal sooner, and looking back, I admit that there have been clues. Perhaps I had been too optimistic, and assumed that my unshakable trust in Thorman was universally shared. Alright, I think it's fairly obvious by now what we should do. A frontal attack at this point is unwise. We should try to weaken his efforts in the Shire. If we can cut off his supply lines, hinder his workers, and stimulate the resistant spirits of the halflings, we might be able to strike him down in a weakened state. So go out into the world, all of you, and do good wherever you can. Sabotage Durkoth's efforts to draw him out of hiding. We have a chance, I think, but we cannot delay. The time is now. Speak to me for leads on how to oppose Durkoth's minions and slaves. Oh hey, did you... Yes?
How can we disrupt Durkoth's campaign?
Several ways. For starters, we can spy on Durkoth, get a sense for the finer details of his plans. Next, some of the occupied towns should be liberated, and the towns on the verge of occupation defended. Aside from that, the enemy's forces could always be cut, or at least slowed down a bit. And releasing the halflings they've locked away couldn't hurt either.
I'll crush you. Pathetic worms. I'll get you for that. You're nothing compared to me. You're nothing compared to me. Filthy worm! You'd better run while you still can.
Master, with the Ranger captain out of the picture, conquest of the Shire is inevitable. Your boss will be pleased.
Do you think I care if he is impressed? His approval is not what I seek.
Of course, Master. Some of the boys said Thorman begged for his laugh when he was betrayed. Begged! Pathetic Rangers think they're so.
Do not exaggerate the death of my brother, as if I am blinded to the truth. And that goes for the rest of you too. The next one to mention a Ranger's fate will join him. Is that understood? Now, get back to work. I need this tunnel completed soon, if any of you are to keep your heads.
How can we disrupt Durkoth's campaign?
I think we can take a shot at Durkoth now. Are you ready as well?
Yes, the time has come to strike.
Marvellous. Then we will plan our final assault. Meet me in the main chamber. We will discuss our plan there. Before we continue, I think it's only fair to let you know I've never been very good with speeches. What should I tell the others?
Tell them to honor our fallen brothers.
Of course. I just hope I find the right words to say.
Has the time come? Are we ready to charge Durkoth's base?
I hope so. I'm eager to finish this.
Yes, that time is quickly approaching. Our leader and our captain died believing we could drive Durkoth out of this land. And our brother, Forodant, was twisted against us by the same evil. Will you let their sacrifice be in vain? Will you let the forces who have broken our family go about to ruin and destroy others? Let us honour our fallen brothers by striking vengeance upon the one who has caused their demise.
Hey, you know I'm in. A little payback for what happened to Thorman is the only promise I need.
I'm with you as well, Byersale. Let's put an end to everything Durkoth started.
But you've all worked restlessly to take us into this moment. For now, we must regain our strength. The enemy we face will be ready for us, of this I have little doubt. We must not go into battle with a fatigued mind. Tomorrow at dawn, we will march against Durkoth. Until then, I beg you all to get some rest.
Commander! We're under attack! Durkoth's devious worms bore right through the eastern wall! Follow me! Last I saw Dursig was pinned down in the training area. We must not linger for his sake.
Unfortunate setback.
Great, just
There is your escape. Side.
Alive, Ranger, out of your calculations?
You're nothing compared to me.
Don't worry about the blood. You won't care much longer.
Made your choice. Now you're back.
Ruffian, I'll show you pain.
your best.
Better run while you still can.
Hey, I'll get you.
Oh,
This one's injured.
you're nothing compared to me.
Tougher than
We cannot delay. They took her and dragged her off back into their tunnel.
Wait, what?
I was just coming to relieve Byersale from her watch when a group of ruffians busted through the eastern wall and carried her off. She fought them, took down quite a few too, but there were just too many. I tried to help, however those bastards caught me off guard. Guess that tunnel you discovered earlier wasn't being dug to the goblin hideout after all, but rather right into our own base. What should we do?
We will not abandon Bursel to the
Then
hands
lead us
of
onward to
Durkoth.
strike
Form
our
up and follow
vengeance
me.
and save our sister.
First Thorman, now by herself.
Huh?
We'll make pay for this.
Just don't get in my way.
Looks like a few dead bandits prior to our arrival.
Then despite their hold on her, Byersale's still alive and fighting. We must hurry before we're too late.
Master said he would keep the Rangers off our back. I'll get you for that. I'll show you. You really dead. Filthy worm. I'll show you. Do you really think?
my capabilities.
Ruffian, Bill.
I need to prove myself. Tougher than he thinks.
You're nothing to compare to me, Killjoy.
That was nothing.
Blade has pierced your side, do I?
I know.
There is
well.
no escape.
It comes from the evil lands of the East.
Good. I was hoping you'd recognize it. Poisons and potions were always your area of expertise. Luckily for me, leadership and strategic thinking were Thorman's specialty. By now you are well aware that the poison from my servant's weapon is sinking into your heart. You are still confident the others will save you.
Have you not seen? They're already here.
Don't treat me like a fool. I noticed them the moment they arrived.
There is no escape.
Do you have any idea how long it took to set up this moment? To sow seeds of corruption in Forodon's thoughts, and turn you rangers upon each other.
I'll make you suffer.
That's your best? Pity. That was weak.
There's no
Still you on the throne, and bring you out here today as bait. So the rest of you has arrived in the exact spot I needed them to be. Even young Tinwith, who was too brazen to be rushed out of her training, stands before us today. I would have finished this a lot sooner if it had not been for one unlikely event. You began to rebuild the spirits my forces worked to topple. You gave this pack of yours hope again, and united their strength. An outlander, willing to risk her life for a land she does not belong to, and a company she does not fit in with. I had no reason to believe you would stand in my way, and yet, here we are. But I am willing to put aside the past for a better future. Join me. You see what power I possess. You witnessed the extent of my reign. You saw how many men of all walks of life follow me out of their own free will. There is a place for you all. I never wanted to oppose you, but Thorman shut the door for cooperation. Now things can be different. We could mend the broken bonds and rule over the Shire together. Not protected from the shadows, but ride over the green hills on high horses, our heads high in pride and satisfaction. Who among you could walk away from such a vision?
Enough of this. What have you done to
Of
Borisov?
course, you aren't in this for the money, for the honor, or for an ideal, but rather the girl. I am unsure why I could not see this before. I'll be honest, her future looks bleak. But we can save her, you and I. She does not have long, however. Not before she enters the ghost world. Not long enough to continue debating over principles. You must join me now. Only then can we undo the damage.
She'd never want that.
Then you will always remember this as the choice that killed her. But the hearts of men are easily corrupted. By my own strength, I could not sway you from your set path. However, it is not my strength that flows through these halls, It is my master's. Look into my eyes, Outlander. Your silence betrays your doubt. Can your conviction withstand my offer? What harm have I done to you, personally? There is a way to avoid any more bloodshed. I offer any of you a position in my organization. All you have to do is yield, bow down to me, and pledge your blade to my cause.
I pledge my blade.
Yes.
Who are you?
You cannot resist this spell long. Rethink your answer.
It is strong, but I cannot be torn away
What
from my
is this?
friends. Today
That
light
old
prevails.
wizard assured me that no one could resist his magic. Your oath is strong, Outlander, but I have been speaking to your allies during this time as well. Years of sowing mistrust among them has made their minds more fragile. Go, speak with them. See if they will reward your loyalty.
I pledge my blade to...
Snap out of it, Juris. This isn't you.
Can't. The memories, my past, visions of it are all I see.
Juris, it's me, the Outlander.
Outlander? That sounds familiar, but I cannot place it.
I'm a ranger, like you.
You are nothing like me. You are pure, undefiled, a ranger. I cannot be like that anymore. I have done so much evil in the past. I cannot hold off my blade much longer.
Hold still. This will hurt, but hopefully it helps.
Oh. He was right. Durkoth was right. You would betray me. Enemy in sight.
I wanted to see him kill you. His strength would have proven invaluable.
No, please. I don't want to fight you.
Hold on. Nobody said anything about
No.
fighting.
All I hear are these voices. They want me to. Thornton is right. I'm not ready for this. I never was.
It's me, the Outlander.
Outlander? Yes, I know you. You are the one these voices tell me to strike down. I don't want to listen, but they overpower my will.
Listen to me. We're in this together.
He
I
told
stand
me
with
you'd
you.
lie. But maybe you didn't.
Let us drive back Durkoth as one, as
Yes.
rangers.
Yes, you're right. I'm not sure what came over me, but I'm back now. Let us finish this.
Interesting. I was not aware that she could be convinced otherwise. Her will was weak. But I suppose that means she is easily swayed in any direction. Very well. I can tell when it is time to get my hands dirty. Come, servants. There are rangers to crush. You stand in the way of my plans. You cannot
Choice. Now you'll die with it.
You pay filthy word. I can. You better run while you still can. You think
I'm tougher than you think.
you're not compared to me.
stay your blade.
Your
Your damage has been done. Let me die out here, in a pool of my own blood. I have failed. But how could this have happened? I had the superior power.
It is the path more difficult, but it always
Then
makes
it is
you
in
stronger.
that strength I have overlooked. Perhaps, if I had seen this earlier, the Shire would not have gone through the hardships I've caused. But I made my choice. I am prepared to face the consequences. Strike me down before the halfling rebellion arrives here. I would rather die by the blade of one worthy of battle than one of the natives.
No, it is their land you destroy.
You would deny
Let them
my
decide
last
your
request.
fate.
Filthy worm! I'll get you for that.
That is understandable, given what I have done to your company. I will await their judgment then.
Outlander! Good. It's been quiet for far too long.
No. It's too late. I can feel myself fading.
But I love you. You can't go.
I love you, too. But I cannot escape this fate.
But you can't give up now.
I need to thank you, Outlander. You saved the Shire. You should enjoy it while you can. Don't die an incomplete life like me. Go out, help rebuild, continue your adventures. There is so much to enjoy in this world, if you'll only take the time to look for it.
Hold on, Byrcel! I'm going to slow the poison! Just stay alive a
didn't
little
see
longer! There, I applied the medicine. Byrcel, can you hear me? Byrcel? No! She's gone! And I'm not to blame. I should have been stronger. Quicker!
You can't blame yourself. Timur, we should go.
I guess you're right. I'd like to stay with the body for a bit, if you don't mind. I'll meet you back home. Jinder, wait! She's getting up!
Outlander, it's so good to, well, be alive again. Whatever you did, it worked.
Huh? It was a kiss. Never underestimate the power of love.
Somehow I doubt that. Still, I am grateful.
Just glad to see you alive. I
Oh.
was worried.
It'll be kind of hard to present yourself as the tough one from now on, won't it?
Well, I was worried I'd have nobody to rescue.
Is that
if Tim ever
so?
comes again.
It's good to see these recent events haven't taken a toll on your sense of humour.
How do you feel?
I can still feel the wound. It is a sharper pain than I've ever felt before. However, I do not feel myself slipping away into the ghost world anymore. But now is not the time to worry. Let us celebrate. We have won a great victory today. We will honour those who have fallen and rejoice for those who are still with us. I'll meet you back at the base in a little bit. Welcome back. Tin Ruth brought a few barrels of ale with her. I'm certain we can make good use of them. When you are done celebrating, speak to me again. There is a long way to go before the Shire will be restored to its former glory. But I have a few ideas on how to begin the healing process. Small steps, but we will get there eventually. I trust you will do everything in your capabilities to make the Rangers strong again. The continuous security of the Shire is our main priority now, and just the 4 of us cannot accomplish this. I thank you for delivering us victory, and welcome you once more, properly, in our home. I hope the future will be bright and full of hope.
Is there anything I can do?
There's a newcomer in the Shire who has travelled a great distance to meet with you. You should talk with him in Mikhail Dolving.
Are you hiding something?
Don't be ridiculous. Of course not. Just don't kill him, alright?
This sounds suspicious.
Why do you insist on making everything difficult? Trust me, there is no danger awaiting you in Mikhail Dolving. Only a surprise.
I guess I'll find out then.
Good. He'll be waiting for you at the inn.
You're the one they call Outlander, are you not?
Yes, that was me.
That's what I suspected. You look the way they described you. But down to business. I am a messenger from the new King of Gondar. He took the time to personally write you this letter, and he had this medallion handmade by the best jewel crafter in the East. This is a huge honor, Outlander, but you earned it. You saved the Shire.
Thanks, but I couldn't have saved anything
My
without
friend,
my fellow rangers.
you misunderstood. They are the reason you receive such commendations. They put in a good word for you with the king and recommended the recognition personally. Anyway, I should get going. The king should hear that my task is complete.
How'd it go? Did you find the traveller?
I did. Thanks for the gift.
It was the least we could do. I don't think either of us could have survived the scorching without your help. Deeds like that, especially from those who weren't under obligation, should never go unnoticed. The amulet and letter, they're small things, but they represent our appreciation for all you've done. Because of that, it is both the lightest and heaviest of gifts we could have presented. I hope you enjoy it. Yes, actually, we're going to need to search for a new hideout. The ruffians tore this one up considerably well when they invaded. Not sure if you've noticed. Aside from that, any bandit that worked for Durkoth and fled the Shire, well, they know where we are.
Good thinking. I'll search for another spot.
Tinruth reported 3 locations in the Shire she believes will suffice. But that decision I want to leave with you. Here, I'll mark her recommendations on your map. Be sure to check each one thoroughly before coming to a conclusion. Well, what do you think? Where should the new base be located?
The Grassfields location. It will be a good place to
That's a
keep
wise
watch on the
choice.
goblins.
From here on out, I suspect goblins will be the Shire's biggest adversary, even though there aren't many left anymore. I hope you and the others find contentment there.
You and the others, what do you mean?
I meant to tell you earlier. It's strange. I spent so much time trying to find the right way to say it. But now that we're in the moment, no words seem to do it justice.
Fine, but I want the sweet roll clean.
I'm going to miss the sweet roll jokes, even if I despised most of them. Just one of the smaller things that will remind me of home later on, I suppose.
After all we've been through, you're just going to
Don't look at me like that. Please, just... this isn't easy for me either. And seeing the same grief in your eyes, it only makes it worse. We've been through the worst hours in the Shire since its founding, and we stayed strong, stayed together. But some wounds were never meant to mend. Some tales never go back to the way they were before their beginning. This is where my story ends. The next pages of the Shire's history, they're yours to write, Outlander. The last boat set to carry those out of Middle Nirn. It's actually supposed to leave shortly, and I've been asked to be on it when it does. But perhaps more importantly still, I need to hear that you understand. I don't know I could leave without hearing at least that.
Please, I urge you to reconsider.
I have. I've considered and reconsidered more times than I care to remember. Had plenty of time to do it after Durkost's blade left its mark. But I think this is the best choice. For me, you, and the others.
In that case, I understand.
Thank you. Those words, I will forever treasure them. I was hoping that maybe you'll come to see me off. Tinruth's already there, and, well, I'd appreciate it if you came too.
I'll be there.
I was hoping you'd say that. Then let us linger no more.
Ursel?
There is no need to weep, Tinruth. But I will not tell you to fight back the tears, for I know why it is you cry. Through the last months, I've been given the pleasure to watch you grow. From the naive girl you were when you came to us, to the noble ranger you are now. I'm going to miss you, young one. I suppose this is goodbye, my friend. Probably for the last time. Stay safe. I suppose this is goodbye, my friend. Probably for the last time.
Here, I want you to have this back.
Thank you. But I do not need this amulet to remember you by. While I am over there, I will have plenty of time to think about home, and about those I left behind. Instead, I wish that you keep it. Your adventures are far from over. The world still awaits your best days. I only hope this amulet will remind you of those who could not continue the journey with you.
May you find all that you search for.
You
will
always knew
be
exactly
remembered
what
here.
needed to be said. I wish the same for you, Outlander. We may be on different sides of the world from this point forward, but we will remain close in each other's hearts. Sometime later, when you are out adventuring, whether in Skyrim or in the Shire, take time to look up at the stars, and know that those are the very same stars I see. Perhaps then we won't seem so far apart.
Goodbye, Ursel.
Yes. I suppose I shouldn't keep the elves waiting too long. Farewell, Outlander.